I'm sure you guys are probably wondering at this point what the heck's going on. Well, let me share with you what I ended up purchasing. I'm sure some of you have seen one of these before. They're very old. They're originally made in the 1980s. However, there are a lot of them floating around in surplus places. So if you know somebody that's got surplus, they may have one of these sitting around that they're not using. And today we are going to bench test it to see how it operates, how it behaves, all that fun stuff. So you're probably wondering what this is. Well, here we go. This is a Southwind 939J24. They run on 24 volt DC with a negative ground, obviously. And this is the entire simplified, very basic version of an Everspotcher, a hydronic Everspotcher. However, this bad boy, let's see if it says it on here somewhere. Oh, there it is. 23,000 BTUs. So the Everspotcher that's currently on Abel right now is 5,000 BTUs, and the maximum output on this one is 23,000 BTUs. And then if you go down here and look, they're super efficient. So when you go to start it and the heating element is on, it's 11 amps, and then it just trickles the power at 1.5 amps when it's running. So even though these are old, they're extremely efficient and extremely powerful for whatever application you might use them for. Now this is, it looks small sitting on the table, and I thought the same thing when I saw one the first time. I'm like, oh, those are pretty tiny. They're not. This is the equivalent of the size of the radiator coolant tank on the LMTV. To give you a reference, it's about the same size. This is actually a little bit bigger. It has a coolant pump built into it, and it also has a fuel pump built into it. It also has the control panel built into it. Right here. It also has a fuel shutoff valve built into it. So you basically have an entire hydronic Everspotcher all in one kit. Now, the reliability on these things is hit or miss on the internet. However, there are a few guys out there that have tested these in some pretty extreme conditions, and they say they work fantastic, and the parts are cheap and they're easy to come by. Southwind still actually makes parts for these, so if you ever get in a situation where you need the parts, hey, you know, there's the option of calling up Southwind and ordering some parts there. But you could probably buy a whole new unit for less than some of the parts cost, I would think, because this was only 200 bucks. Huge shout out to Will Mingione off the LMTV Facebook page. You can find him on Facebook. He had one of these sitting around, and he was kind enough to send me one out. Another huge shout out to Alex from Acela. He runs one of these on his truck for a radiant floor heating, which is kind of where I got the radiant floor heating idea. And he's still tweaking and tuning on it as far as I know, but he says they do work and they do pump a lot of fluid. So this is how they normally sit if you use them on an old truck to heat the engine block. They sit sideways just like this, so that's how we're going to test it. I'm going to test it in this position. We're going to see if everything works, how it behaves, and then once we've done that, I will have to come up with a solution for this control panel, because I want to control it with a thermostat. So hopefully there's enough settings on a little thermostat to be able to control. Oh, I think Aura's having a problem here. You got a fur ball, Aura? You be okay? Oh yeah, quit eating all the grass out here. Maybe that won't happen. Sorry you guys had to see that. Actually, no, I'm not. It's all about the entertainment, right? Anyhow, so I'm going to pull a bunch of stuff out here and see if we can get this bench tested, and then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I've hodgepodged this together, kind of. I'm not sure where the ground is on this, and I'm kind of guessing there's a longer bolt that you see right here. I think that's it. I honestly, I don't know. I mean, obviously the body of this is going to be grounded somewhere, but that's my best guess. So hopefully something turns on here. I basically have a jug of biodiesel sitting here and water, and I prime this pump a little bit so it's not running dry, but I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to find out. Hopefully all the smoke doesn't come out of it when I plug in the JNC 1224. Let's give this a shot. Test the wiring here. If that light comes on, it says it's good, so apparently we have the wiring and everything hooked up correctly. We're going to follow the instructions here. To start heater, hold starting switch till light indicates heater is operating. Switch to high or low as wanted. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't blow up in my face. Okay, I got the pump primed, the water pump primed. So we got the little fish bowl going here, but the burner has not started yet, so I gotta give that another try here. Let's see here. Not sure how long I'm supposed to hold this for, but I don't see any flame or anything happening yet, so turned it down to low. We'll see if that gets it started. Oh, seeing some smoke. I'm assuming it's going to sound like a jet. Here we go. Well, I switched it over to run, but that didn't work. Try this again. Something's happening now. Burn out all that old test fuel that's in there. There it goes. I turned it over to run. It's going on its own now. Oh yeah, that's some... Ooh, here comes the black smoke. Light turned on. It means it's going into operation. Got to burn out all of that old 20 or 30-year-old fuel that's inside it before that cleans up, I bet you anything. This is nuts. What an awesome unit. Looks like the exhaust cleared up quite a bit there. I'm probably going to melt a hole in this bucket today. What do you think, guys? Should we turn it on to high? Let's switch it over to high here. Oh man. running this off of a jumper pack, so I don't know how long it's going to go for, but it doesn't use that much amperage to keep running. Let me make sure I know how to turn this. Oh, it shut off. Well, let's try this again. What does it say about the light here? Hold starting switch till light indicates heater is operating. Did I lose my prime on the pump? Yes, I did. Start the whole process over again. Alright guys, let's just say that was a fun 5-minute run time. It only cost me a couple $100, so after a bunch of testing and whatnot, the blower motor went bye-bye. So I don't know if there's something inside there that locked it up, or if it's just been sitting for too long and the electricity made it angry. I'm not sure. But yeah, back to the drawing board. I thought I had a fun little toy I could mess around with, but such is not the case. So I don't know what else to tell you. It was running great, and then when I turned it over to high, as you guys saw, it just shut off. And I guess that blower motor had enough of that nonsense. Anyhow, if you guys like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. You're going to want to stay tuned and keep an eye out for an Adventures with Abel episode where we might have some special guests that we meet up with. Other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other, and as always, I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.